My mic is muted. That's funny. Oh, I peeked it there. I'm gonna move it away a little. My mic's been muted. Hi. I've been saying stuff. I just haven't been doing it audibly, apparently. Also, this is loud. Let's turn this down. It goes so freaking hard, though. It's such a, like, sick song. I can't believe William Afton killed his friend's daughter and then just started playing. I have here with me. Actually, before I do that joke, let's play what's the normal, like, is it this one? No. Where's Smashing Windshields? Yeah, this one. I have here with me a Pepsi. If I could open it. There we go. You know, they used to call Pepsi Brad's drink, and I actually met Brad once. I told him, he's like, hey, here's my drink. I'm calling it Brad's drink. And I walked up to him and I looked him dead in the eyes. And I said, Brad, you should call it Piss Pee. And I think he just must have misheard me or something. But it tastes pretty good, so. Yeah. A minute and 42 seconds. That's not very much time now, is it? I feel like I should probably... What's Cream de la Cream? Ah, this song. I'm just looking at the OST over here on my other monitor. And I'm just like, oh, what's this song? Ooh, this one's good. This is, the one that plays in Fruity Maze. That one's nice. I like it when William Afton appears behind and jump scares. I'm gonna put that back over here. 43 seconds! Oh, I'm so excited, I can't wait! I guess actually, since there's still 20 seconds left, I'm gonna say what exactly a Minijam is. Minijam is a type of game jam. And for those who might not know, a game jam is basically you have a set time period to make a game, and it typically needs to follow a theme or limitation. So the theme here is Deception. And that was beforehand announced. Deception, that is. And yeah, now it's starting in negative 10 seconds, so let's just go ahead and refresh the page, as it said. Okay, it hasn't updated for the limitation yet. So here with Minijam, the way that they work is Deception is the theme. That's completely optional. And the limitation is announced when the jam starts, or, you know, maybe like a minute or two after, however long it takes to update the page. Like there. Death affects more than the player. Thinks aloud. Let's open up Notepad or something to write down some ideas. I'm gonna quickly do this, and then if I add in Notepad, oh, I think I still have it in here somewhere that I can just have it show up. Maybe. Yeah. Oh wait, there it is. It shows up, it just took a second. Or it didn't take a second, it just, I stupid. Let me reset the transform on that. And then turn off the keying, because... There we go. Oh, it's above me. Get it down. Okay. So, idea. So I guess I should just do theme. Deception. Limitation. What was it again? Death affects more than the player, I think. Yeah. I'm just gonna copy and paste it in. So, I need some real thinking music to play. What's a good thinking music? I can't think of anything that would be good for thinking. Wait. I'm thinking. How about, does Taoist Principle have, like, good songs? I know it has, like, a few good songs, but how frequent? I actually own the soundtrack on Steam. Or I think it comes with the gold edition of the game or something, and that's how I have it. But yeah. Okay. So, the limitation, I'll actually write it in up here. Theme is optional. Limitation is required. So, the thing is, while it is required, it can be interpreted in pretty much any way that I want. So if, let's say, let's say you die, and it deletes, like, your save data, right? That technically would count, because it affects more than just the player dying. It also affects the save data. So, Deception and death affects more than the player. I guess I should probably start off by saying, like, what type of game I want, right? So, yesterday, I wrote some 3D platformer code, right? If you haven't seen that stream, you can feel free to watch it. It's a bit dry the first bit, but I feel like it kind of picks up near the end. But it's certainly a stream, and part of the reason why it was so dry was because I was, like, writing, you know, very basic movement code. Like, there's only so much fun you can have with, oh, you walk forward if you press W. So, yeah, so, also, there was, like, a weird clipping in the music, I think, that was weird. But, so now that I have that code, right, I can basically just kind of retrofit it to any other game that I'm making. And that's great. That's what I want. That's ideal. So, let's see. I could do FPS, because now FPS games are pretty fun, I gotta say. And I actually haven't really done one. I haven't really done an FPS ever. Platformer, 3D. I kind of only want to do 3D games, because, like, for the longest time, I only really did 2D games, just because 3D is intimidating, honestly. And so, I kind of feel like I'm tired of making 2D games. I could still do, like, a 2.5D platformer type thing, right? Where it's like 3D visuals, but it's, you know, still on, like, a 2D plane, maybe. But I'm just gonna say 3D for now. FPS, platformer, hack and slash. That one's a bit harder, because like that requires a lot of like combat animations, right? And if you saw the last stream, you know just how absolutely phenomenal and fantastic I am at animating. And also 3D modeling. I'm great at both. So maybe if I do a hack and slash, I could do like Rayman style, like I did for the last thing, just to make the animation easier. Because otherwise, it's in like decently involved process. I've done a little bit of like actual animation with actual characters, that are not Rayman style. And let me tell you, it can look good, but it also can look jank and be very jank to make. So, eh. So, FPS platformer, hack and slash, I could make like a puzzle type deal. Thinking of this thinking music. FPS platformer, hack and slash puzzle. I could do, I guess, any combination of these, right? Like a FPS hack and slash. Where like just something where you run around a dungeon, right? Like death affects more than the player. It just makes me immediately think of like top-down dungeon game type things. Like what would be like a good example? Like Enter the Gungeon, kinda. I guess roguelikes, right? Like a lot of roguelikes, you know, death is a full restart. I had this idea a few years ago for a roguelike, but it's a really hard concept to kind of like get a... It's a really cool idea, but it's really hard to turn this idea into a concept, right? The idea is that, like, a lot of roguelikes have things where, oh, if you're below 50% health, you deal 2 times damage, or things like that. There's also like a ring in Dark Souls that does that. And so it would be like that, but more for lives. So like you start off with 3 lives, say, and you die in your first life, and as I was talking, I just had like a shock of inspiration, but I'm gonna hold on to this idea. So as you die, you like unlock new abilities or become stronger or maybe weaker. Like you have something that makes you slower if the less amount of extra lives you have, but it also makes you deal more damage. Something kind of like that. I never really acted upon this idea because it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's cool, and you can think of like 2 or 3 cool like abilities and upgrades for it, but more than 2 or 3, and it's just kind of like, what am I doing? Like, how can this be turned into a video game? So, the idea that I had as I was talking about that was, you have a standard, I'm gonna write down as I say it, standard 3 to 4 person, like, combat party. Like, you know, knight, healer, mage, archer type deal. So you have that, right? But you play as one at a time. So let's say you start as the knight, and it would be kind of like a puzzle type game. Maybe puzzle action, something. Where like knight, you know, melee beefcake, and so you can, you know, like go in maybe it would be like a thing where it's a strategy of like you need to choose the right like group of people to send in, because you can only send in one at a time or something. So like, oh, I got a text on my phone. Hold on, let me respond to this. Okay. Where like the mage would be AoE damage dealer. Whoa. The Theodore. I'm not debuting. This is my second stream. How's it going, Ted? And so like if you have you know the mage go in first and like kill a bunch of small guys, and then you have the knight go in and like kill the big enemies, and then you have the healer go in and solve puzzles or something. I'm streaming game creation, but I'm in the early stages of it where I don't have the idea yet. But yes, I am streaming. So that's an idea. I feel like Archer and Mage would kind of have the same role, so I'm just gonna kind of get rid of that. But that idea would require puzzles, which are kind of hard to come up with, especially in a short time span. And also that would require combat system, which those can be made, but that's a lot of things to have for a 3-day jam. There's one song in the Talos Principle OST that I want to try to find quick. Is it this one? I think it's like... It's one that goes kind of hard, and it might be this one. Maybe this is the right one. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've played the game. This is the one. I am the second the piano kicked in. So that one's a good game. That one's an interesting concept. This one, that is. It also made me think of Hemlo Destinova. This one made me think of a game where maybe I guess this is kind of just getting into like Rogue Legacy style stuff at this point, where it's like adventurers tackle a dungeon. Progress is saved between attempts. So you kill a bunch of guys, as you know, you kill the big boss, you kill the mid boss, say, as like this guy, and then you die later on, but then the next guy comes walking by and the boss is already dead, so he doesn't need to kill it, he just walks through, right? And then he can grab the equipment off of the previous guy. I feel like that is kind of stretching the death effects more than the player, though. Because I feel like that's almost making death affect only the player, right? Because if the only thing that happens when you die is that you die, then, like, then if somebody, like, I feel like it affects more than the player if the enemies reset when you die, right? Like, death affects more than the player. If you die and it makes all these enemies come back to life, that is technically affecting a lot more than just the player. If the enemies don't come back to life, then that's only affecting the player. So maybe not that idea. There's also an idea of like a visual novel slash text game. Maybe just like a text-heavy story RPG type thing. Where if you fail, where characters remember if you fail, and that is just Undertale, isn't it? That's kind of Undertale, kind of. I feel like I've know something that does that bit like exactly the same, but I can't think of it right now. So Undertale is gonna be close enough. I kind of do like this idea of the visual novel. The main problem with it is visual novels are very... I guess if it's like a... more like Undertale, bro, you can't just say that. I feel like the problem with visual novels is that there are a lot of looking at graphics. And graphics can be done by me. But also, like, RPGs, like text-heavy RPGs, are pretty common, like, you know, top-down pixel style, right? So I could see something like that. They're more about looking and reading the text. Yeah, but like... yeah, that's true. I mean, I could just make the game in, like, Ren'Py or something. It's been years since I've touched Ren'Py. That would be potentially a nightmare, but... I could do that. I'll keep that one on the table. The Deception. This is a spooky song. People remember good art, but nobody gets far enough to see if the story is no good. That's true. Well, you say that, but there are certain genres of visual novels that are only about the art, and the story is very much a backseat. A visual novel and FPS when? Tomorrow.
A new land stands.
Why does this one have a voiceover? I know why it has a voiceover, because the game has a voiceover for so much stuff, but many of those have storylines. Yeah, they do. I don't know. If I do make a VN, it would be a very simple, bare bones one. I'm gonna pull up a different soundtrack. I think I've thought enough with my brain. Now it's time to think with FNAF soundtrack. Yeah. What is this one? Yo, wait. Oh, wait, this is just ambience. Hold on. Yeah! Now this is music. I just typed in FNAF OST and it pulled up all of them. Here's another good song. Oh, wait, is this not what I think it is? Where's the frickin'... Is it this one? This one? I want to find the one where it's like... Boom, that was a very good... Hi, Freddy. Hi, Mangle. Oh, that's... okay. I'm gonna go to when they actually started doing some music like this. I meant like this. I meant like this. Yeah. Oh, this one's good. Here, you know what? Screw FNAF. I hate FNAF. I'm pulling up the Hollow Knight soundtrack. There we go. So... what else? what else could be made with a video game? I'm honestly kind of leaning towards doing an FPS. I do mean that. I hate Five Nights at Freddy's. I hate it so much. I hate Five Nights at Freddy's so much, and that's why I started the last stream listening to the soundtrack for 2 hours. I really like the idea of doing an FPS, because that just sounds fun. So maybe if death affects more than the player, what if because it doesn't say that the player needs to die here, right? So what if when you kill something, I could actually probably handle like at least 20 Nights at Freddy's. I'd probably just beat them all up, Willy's Wonderland style. But, you know, it's because I could beat them up so easily, I just can't respect them. Because it doesn't say that death needs to be the player dying, right? It just says death. And death is something that you cause a lot of in first-person shooters, typically. Well, yeah, So, okay, what if I had a first-person shooter, right? With a gun accessory. And so, if you get shot in the game, you get shot for real. Death gun style. I think that would be pretty cool, personally. So FPS, where killing things affect more than the player. I don't think legal issues would be a problem, because you just say, oh, yeah, it would be pretty hard to, like, manufacture and ship out a bunch of peripherals in 3 days. But the thing is, with the legal problems, right, they just take your game and, like, play it in the courthouse, right, to be like, oh, this game is so evil, right? But then they're gonna get shot and die in the courtroom. So, all of a sudden, the person that's, you know, like, filing a lawsuit against me or whatever, they're dead. So, what are they gonna do? They can't sue me if they're dead. It was an accident, yeah, see? They just shouldn't have played the game, frankly. So if you kill stuff, it affects more than the player. So maybe if it's like a zombie shooter, right? Where instead of like the gunshots, instead of the gunshots, like causing the horde to converge on you, what if it's like the screams of the dying zombies? They can't sue you if they say sorry. If you say sorry, that's true. It was all self-defense. They downloaded my software without tipping me at all. I had to shoot them. They were stealing from me. FPS, so like zombie game, death affects more than the player. So if it affects the amount of enemies that spawn, the amount of death, maybe. I'm gonna write that idea down. Zombie shooter where killing zombies makes more spawn. And I'm gonna write down killing death zombies makes more spawn. Okay. Boom, I just had another idea. Death is not just something that you can cause, and it's not something that you can do. It is something that you can do, but death is also a guy, right? So if death affects more than the player, what I'm thinking is like in Spelunky, if you take too long on a level, a ghost spawns, right? And that ghost just kind of goes through like obstacles and it chases you so that you gotta escape. So if instead it spawned like Death, like the Grim Reaper type dude, and he affects more than the player, like if he's just a giant, you know, avoid me zone, and he kills enemies too, right? So what if, okay, here's an idea. FPS zombie game, right? But constantly chased by Death, the guy, right? Death kills all zombies he touches and insta kills player. So, also I should turn on text wrapping. Word wrap, there it is. It was going like off screen. So, I could see that being cool, like just insane kiting type stuff. And maybe Death would... What if Death was the only way that you could kill zombies? Like you were just kind of being chased by him all the time, and you don't have a gun, right? You can't shoot the zombies, but he can. And so it's just a game of running from him while avoiding these zombies. I'm trying to think of how that would work out. Because I feel like that would just kind of devolve into you running around in a circle, right? Like, that wouldn't be necessarily interesting gameplay. If you're just running around in a circle from zombies and also Death. So what if it's maybe a platformer, okay? First-person platformer type deal. So, first-person platformer with a grappling hook. With a grappling hook. And a slide, maybe? Like Titanfall movement is what I'm thinking. Minus wall run. Because the wall run would be hard. Maybe I'll implement it if I have time. But basically, run around with a grappling hook. Death chases you. And if the way that Death works, right, is that he accelerates really fast, but then decelerates really slow, then what could happen is, or like maybe he accelerates and decelerates both really slow and then just has a really high top speed. So what would end up happening is you kind of gotta slingshot him into these goons, right? Death has, what's it called? Like, high top speed, but crappy acceleration. Death has aura of death around him and kills zombies and player. So you kind of gotta slingshot him into the player. I'm liking this idea the most. I think that Death as the, like, guy, like, interpreting Death here as the man himself, Death, is good. And I think I like that idea. So, if it's kind of just slingshotting Death around, I do like this idea. I actually kind of think I might go with this. So, the theme is deception. So what I could do... Okay, here's an idea. I do make it a first-person shooter, and you do have a gun, but it's a horrible, just absolutely awful gun. Just like a pea shooter type pistol dealio. And so it deceives you into thinking that it's just like a normal first-person shooter game, but it's actually a weird wrecking ball game. I like that idea. The deception is tricking the player. Yes. I like it's like a freaking like Doki Doki Literature Club, except instead of making you think it's a cute quirky game, it tricks you into thinking that it's Titanfall. I just have a big PNG of Titanfall that disappears the second you move your mouse. But yes, I like this idea the most. So I'm going to further expand upon it. So let's see. What would I need to do? I would need to have cool FPS movement. Grappling hook. I feel like the grappling hook is a necessary thing here. I would need to have. I wanna have like a 3D compass type thing to show where death is in relation to you. Maybe not 3D, but like 2D, right? Like a compass at the bottom of the screen that just kind of shows you the general direction that he's in, so that you can keep track of him easier. Death compass. Sorry, wait, hold on, wait. Come bud. A big flashing arrow. Yeah, I mean, I like that's what the compass will kind of be, right? Because I want this to be first person, and so if that's behind you, then the big flashing arrow will point at like the bottom of the screen, is what I'm thinking. They are. This is the Mantis sisters. No, this is the Hornet song. My bad. I'm stupid. I like the Mantis Lords? Mantis Lord, that's what they're called. I like their song. Well, if it's above, it can't be above your head because it's a first-person game. Listen, I played Hollow Knight. Like 90% of the Hollow Knight that I played was in my geometry class in frickin' sophomore year of high school. So, it would be like a crazy style taxi arrow, but at the bottom of the screen, right? Yeah, I just had in sophomore year of high school in geometry class, I'm pretty decent at math. And my teacher was like one of those guys that was kind of like he was kind of like a little strict and serious, but like he was reasonable. And very quickly he realized like, oh, you're just taking this class because you gotta. You're like not actually learning anything because you already kind of know all this. And so he was just like okay if I did literally whatever during class, and it was based. So I want death to. I think the death AI should just be like move towards the player. Yeah, teachers are cool. That guy was a cool teacher. For Death's AI, he's gonna just move straight towards the player, or accelerate straight towards the player. So Death accelerates straight at you. Watch out! Watch out! Death's accelerating at you. And then he has little acceleration and can't handle corners due to it. I could make him bounce off collision like a pinball. Death bounces off of collision. That's actually kind of sweet. Frickin'. Why would he bounce off of pinball? He's like the god of death and all things evil. Like, why would he be pinball? Pinball is the evilest thing in the world. And yes, Ted, I know you love pinball. Pinball. You love pinball. So if... Yeah, that actually... Yeah, I know you love pinball. Oh, I could make him... I could make him have the funny, like, pinball, bell type noise. Or the cartoon boing. Both are good. You have Veritism. I know you do. You make it pretty obvious. Believe it or not. So, death bounces off of collision. Yeah, like a bumper sound is kind of what I'm thinking. So he's gonna bounce off collision, and then I probably want him to, like, kill enemies, right? Pop bumper? Is that different from, like, the normal bell type thing that I'm thinking of? Are those... I'm gonna look up pop bumper pinball sound. And it better be satisfying. It better be r/oddly satisfying. Ah, frick, I went to pause it and I clicked the hyperlink, or an annotation on the video. These? There's no, like, video on YouTube where it's just the pop bumper sound. Is it the one where they, like, ring? Because that's what I think of, like, just as the main pinball sound. Oh, this is the Mantis Lords. Okay, well, yeah, hence the name, but I'll look for sound effects later. For now, metallic component. I think I might know what you're talking about, but YouTube just doesn't have pop bun slingshots. Yeah, I'm not a pinball expert like you are, so I'll take your word for it. I'll look into doing funny sounds later. Wait, okay, I'm waiting. Jet bumper? For, like, finding a video? Jet bumper. I typed bumper with a B. If I turn the theme for this from Death into Tom and Jerry, that would be funny, but the limitation is required, and I could turn it into Tom and Jerry, but I do want to upload it to this. I do want to upload it to the jam. A Tom and Jerry skin could be a future thing, you know? Also, I'm pretty sure that's copywritten material. Okay, here's... the frickin' me hitting hyperlinks. Here's pinball bumper hit sound effect. Was it any of those? Yeah, I could have a battle pass. Tom is an incarnation of death as viewed by Jerry. Oh, hold on. Let me... Okay, I have this at minus 16 dBs. I'll turn it up. Like that. Is it like one of those, what you're talking about? I don't know much about pinball. There's like an Italian restaurant near my house, kinda, that I used to go to as a kid. I used to go there as a kid, and I remember they had a cool pinball machine. But I haven't been there in years. Like at the end, that will pop. Yeah, there is an Italian restaurant near me. What table? I don't know what table. Bro, I haven't gone there in years. It's been. I. I. I genuinely couldn't tell you what the name of this pinball table was. All I remember is that one of the paddles was broken, and so you really had to, like, just kind of put your finger in there to press it down. I was, like, 12 the last time I was in here. I was in this place. Maybe, like, 14, but still. It's been years since I've gone there. So that bounces off collision. Zombie type dudes wander around. Honestly, the thing is, like, if you're running from death, what might be a more interesting idea is if the zombies were kind of more stationary. And maybe they weren't zombies if they were being stationary. I don't know. Zombies or other targets of sort need to be killed by like launching death in their direction. Yeah. Doors death needs to break to for you to get through. Okay. I'm liking this idea. So, I think I might start working on development. I'm gonna open up Godot quick. Give me a moment. Oh yeah, hit enemies or switches or something. I could do that. If he's death, it could be things where it's like plant barricade type deals. Because it's like, oh, he's causing the plants to die and wither. So I could see that, like, working out decently well. I'm gonna call this Death Dodge. That's a alliterative name. Okay. Let me switch to my Godot. Oh! There it is. This should work, I think. Death Stranding. I think that game might already exist. So let's make a scene. Just have this be called Test Environment. Test Area. Make a player. Give him collision. Give him a mesh. Capsule. Capsule. Let's make a static body so that he can stand on the floor. Give that, not a static body, give that a mesh. Give that collision. What if you call it Death Standing, since you stand to make him chase you? I mean, ideally you wouldn't be standing at all, right? Ideally you'd just be constantly dodging him. If you're playing well, that is. I know that might be, you know, hard to wrap your head around the idea of playing a video game well. Also, this song's kind of loud. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit on my end. This is the Dung Defender, because I would defend Dung. Death banding because death and up to one other creature without... Wait, death banding because death and up to one other creature without banding can attack together as a band. What? Like, I assume that's like a magic reference or something. Or like Yu-Gi-Oh! You do have to bait him to move in the desired direction. Yeah, yeah, I mean, the name will come to me later. I do kind of like Death Dodge. That's such a stupid name. Because you gotta dodge death. Death Standing because it takes place on the beach. You might be onto something. That would actually be kind of funny, right? Death Standing because he makes things smooth. He could do that. That would be a lot of work, though. He just hits an object and it removes any normal map from it. Just makes it completely smooth. Those are both very good names. Okay. Now I gotta add the player code. And to do that, I'm going to use my handy dandy code that I made not last night, yesterday. It was during the afternoon, more than anything. And first I gotta, add some inputs quick. Left, right, jump. Okay. And then I gotta add a camera in. Camera. I should probably have it be out of the floor. Ah, yes, that's the problem. Oops. Jungus. I have the, like, the animation stuff calling, and since I don't have an animation here, that caused some problems. But now it should work. No? Oh, this should just be camera. And then I'll actually add the camera as a child of that, and then just camera. I don't need it to have like a spring arm type holder, like a thing. Death handing because he has hands. I mean, he would, wouldn't he? And he hands out death in spades. But now it should work. Ignore that audio stream player. How's it working now? I'm falling through the floor, but also it seems that it seems like it's not showing up on the stream. Hold on, let me fix that. Go dot. Oh, I'm gone. There it is. Okay. Center to screen. There it'll be. And now I'm back. Why do I fall? Oh, wait, I know why I fall. Because I made the mesh really big, but I didn't make the actual collision for the, like, platform that I'm on big. So now that should fix it. Death Glanding because he has a condition that makes it very difficult for him to control his weight. That's true. I don't think Death would appreciate that very much. But okay, so I have movement here. I have the gray man on the gray field. Let's add in a world environment and a light just so that it doesn't look like absolute trash. Add in a nice world. Death branding because he has a supreme hoodie just like Goku. He could have that, couldn't he? I could have product placement and like frickin', I don't know, have a supreme branded grappling hook or something stupid. But now this should look nice. Yeah, there we go. And now I will copy over the camera code that I wrote. This one I will need to change very slightly because the camera here is not on like a gimbal like it was last time, which just means changing this to that. And I think that's kind of it. Oh wait, camera 3D. So now, I need to first make an action for escape. Death landing, because what goes up must come down. Death could land. Gotta demand gotta demand payment from the product placement and threaten to sue if they don't cough it up. Yeah, just put frickin' Pepsi in my game and then sue PepsiCo if they don't pay me. I put Pepsi in my game, my crappy little game that's gonna be played by like 20 people. They sold like 20 cans of Pepsi for me. Let me just say. Okay, so now I can look around and I can walk around. The camera's following the player, which I actually don't want in this case, so I'm just gonna delete that stuff. And now it's not inside the player. Hold on. Let me fix that just by changing its transform. And since this is a first-person game, I actually don't need the player to have a mesh, because you're not going to see yourself. So yeah, so now I have Platformer Man. That's pretty cool. Another thing that I'm actually going to do quick is I'm going to change the window size to be 1280 by 720. Just to make it a little bigger. And then I'm also going to go into this. Disappear again. Oh no. Where am I? Center this onto the screen. And now I'm back. And the game is... yeah, okay. So now it's just a little bigger. And actually, since it's kind of the main, like, focal point when I'm playing it like this, I'll even just make it larger, just to kind of cover the screen. Oops, I accidentally stretched to the size of the screen. I don't want it to be the full thing. Just like this. There we go. Okay. So now I should probably work on some more advanced movement, right? So, first off, I think that... well, actually, before I do anything else, I want to make the playing field be, like, obvious that I'm moving. Because if it's just a solid color, it's kind of hard to tell. So a nice little thing that I like to do is I like to make some noise and just put it there as a texture. And I'll duplicate this and just kind of like put it like that, right? And then I'll take this one and I'll scale it down a lot just so that I have something that I can jump upon. Yeah, like that. Now look how pretty it is. Look how beautiful this game is. It's got jumping and running, all that good stuff. It's beautiful. So I want to add... I feel like the jump's a little high. Like, this is a good, decent platformer jump. But, like, first-person shooter, it needs to be a lot weightier. Death jump? Oh, like jump, like that episode where it's like jump of death, and then they like jump really high. I thought you were trying to say like death pump, which I think was also a bit from that episode. Let's increase gravity to like that, and then jump strength can be 20. 'Cause why not? That actually feels a lot better. I feel weightier. Yeah, I feel like it's a little high. The death dump was good. I could call it death dump, because you gotta dump him into the enemies. Because the game's gonna be a big steaming pile of dump doo-doo. If I make the gravity slightly less, or actually, no, I want to be... I like the gravity how it is, but the jump strength feels a little high. Okay, that actually feels better. Just... yeah, I like this. I like this jump. And I'm actually gonna set the double jump, or the jump just in general, to have it be additive instead of resetative. That's not a word, but so like if you double jump after a normal jump, or like if you're falling and you try to double jump, it's not gonna be super powerful. And to accommodate that, I'm going to remove that little part. So now you can like do a big double jump, or like that, small one. And actually, since I got rid of that line, I can just have this, get rid of that, or that. So now I'm gonna add a sprint, or like a run. I'll call it sprint. And that's gonna be shift. And I want to do like Minecraft style running, right? Because that's something that bothers me a lot, is there's hold sprint in games, and then there's like toggle sprint. But Minecraft sprint is kind of neither, because it's like more toggle than anything, where you press it once, and as long as you're walking forward, it'll keep going. But if you stop moving, then you stop running. Like Satisfactory really bothers me. Calling it sprint means more product placement revenue. True. Whenever you press the key, it'll pull up a 20-second long sprint ad. Is that standard for toggle sprints? Maybe it's just Satisfactory that does it stupidly. Because Satisfactory toggle sprint makes it so that you press it once, and no matter if you stop moving, no matter if you start walking backwards, no matter what you do, you're gonna be sprinting until the next time you press it again. And I just really don't like that. Like, I'll turn it on because it feels... It's less of a... No, I'll probably keep it... I probably would keep it off more. It's something where it's like, I either have to do long finger pressing, or I have to deal with that, and that's just kind of, like, annoying. It's very jank. It's very clear that they did not put much care into that one feature of the game. So they're running false. And so what I'm going to do is just in here, when you decel, I'm going to set running to equal false, because this is also if you stop moving. And then in here, I'm going to just check if input.is action just pressed sprint, then running equals true. There we go. And now I want to have a few more speeds, right? So const run speed, don't need that capital R, run speed equals, let's say 20, just double what the normal is, very fast. And then const run excel equals, let's do 50. And let's make the normal decel also 50, just so that you can slow down faster. And so now, I'm going to want a new variable called current, or I'll just name it top speed equals max speed. So these are constants, so I can't change them, but this is a variable, so I can change it. So top speed will be what switches between this run speed and this max speed. So in here, I'm just going to say if running top speed equals run speed. And I'm actually just going to lower this to a capital lowercase t because it's bothering me that I capitalized it. Top speed equals run speed, else top speed equals max speed, which I'm actually going to change. I'm actually going to change the naming around. So top speed is now max speed, and max speed is now walk speed. So this will be max speed, and this will be walk speed. There we go. And I'll also have, I'm also gonna have this be walk excel, and a variable for just normal excel equals walk excel. This is just starting it off as the defaults. So excel equals run excel, and then excel equals walk excel. Could not resolve. Oh. So this should be good. Let's try it out. And yes, I am notably faster. And so if I stop moving, then I am slow. Okay, that seems good. I'm maybe a bit fast, but I'd rather be a bit fast than a bit slow, you know? I will say on the turnaround, I should have this be if input is action pressed. So if you hold it down, you can like do this. Fort comma night. I'm also going to change it here because I put the running into false here, where if you stop moving, or if you change direction by enough, then it'll stop you running. But I'm just going to have it be, just if you stop moving, because otherwise it's a bit, I feel like if you turn around, you should still be running. So I'll do if inputs dot length equals 0, running equals false. So now I need to make the game actually like feel good in the camera department. So default FOV, I'm gonna set to 100. Then I'm gonna have const default FOV equals 100, const running FOV equals 110, and then I'll have in the function physics, I'll have this in the normal process. If the parent dot running, so if the player is running, self.fov equals move towards self.fov to running FOV at a speed of delta times, let's say 10. Else, you can just copy this, but instead of running FOV, it'll be default FOV. Oh, forgot the colon here. And so now, is this... I actually feel like the default FOV might be a bit high. Let's try 90. And then 100, not 900. And then let's also increase the... I'll keep the speed. Okay, this is really slow actually. Let's do 50 for the speed. Set it to 1,000. I think it caps out at like I think it caps out at like 190. This is pretty tolerable. Or like it caps out at 179, I think. Or no, this seems more like, I don't know what this is. It's a bit high. Let's lower it. Should I'm gonna try 100 for this speed here. Yeah, that feels better. And I'm gonna have in here, I'm actually going to have this. So this calls if you do a double jump and only if you do a double jump. And I'm gonna have this do velocity.y divide by equals 2. So this is gonna half your velocity, so that the jump should be more impactful theoretically. Or maybe I just have it equal 0. Because, I mean, the double jump's the only thing that would be affected by the velocity being not 0 before it starts, so I feel like it should be affected by it somehow. Maybe I just have it plus equal jump strength so that it's double the strength in the double jump. That's a bit much, but like if you're falling, that's not much. So maybe I do just divide equal it by like 8, 9, 8. So it's not like completely affected. Let's try 4, see how that feels. That might be a thing where I tweak it. Now, I feel like I should try making a grappling hook, right? I feel like the grappling hook is kind of a big key part of this idea. So, how could I do this? Let's see. I could have it raycast a point, and then basically just have me accelerate towards that point. I think that's probably a good idea. So, let me add into the inputs lick and rick. Now, lick and rick are left click and right click. So let's make them that. So now, if I press left click, let's say, if input dot is action just pressed, lick, if I'm licking something, then, let's see, var, self dot project ray, project position, I believe. Screen point would be, let's just have this be vector 2 of, what's half of 1280 by 720? That's 640 by 360. So from the screen position and then a length, let's just say 30 meters. There, collision point equals self.project position. It returns the 3D point in world space that maps to the giving. Okay. So this is just gonna tell me like where the center of the screen is pointed at. Up to a range of 30 meters. So I'm gonna need to make the player be like affected by this. So let's see, I could have a vector there called impulse, let's say. And it's gonna be a full fat vector 3. And so velocity is just gonna equal that plus the impulse, right? Oh, not plus underscore the impulse, just plus. So I'm gonna pull up Notepad again and write down what I need to do. What I need to do exactly here, right? And I'm also gonna skip this song because it's Nosk, and I hate Nosk. So grappling hook. So I need to get where the hook is, right? I need to get where the hook is. Make player accelerate towards the hook. And then I'm gonna also add in here, player can disconnect at will. Is that all I need to do? I know Titanfall and like Apex, they have where you're looking affect the grappling hook, which I do want to add, but I think for now. So in this accelerate thing, well, if it's acceleration, then it would be over time, so that's actually like not difficult to do. I was thinking I was gonna need to have like a separate variable that would go up, but no. It would just be, yeah. So, okay. I'm gonna make a new function. Just throw it in here and call it function grappling, maybe. And actually, as before I write this, I'm going to BRB and hit the bathroom quick. So I'm just gonna write BRB here and do a bit of this. And now I will go to the bathroom. Hello, I'm back. I turned on my fan because it's getting a little warm in here. And now it's going to get too cold. Which is going to be poggers. But, so, if I just have a function for accelerating towards that grappling hook, I'm going to have point be like in there. So, player should also have a variable called point. I'm just gonna make a bunch of stuff for the grappling hook. Var point equals vector3 dot 0 grappling hook. So back into the camera. When you lick, I'm just gonna set the player dot what did I call it? What did I call that variable that I just made? Point. I just called it point. I'm gonna call it grapple. Grapple point. Grapple point. Okay. So now I need to find the distance between me, the man, and the point. So to do that, I could just get, is that a function of vector 3 maybe? Do you think I could just say point dot, let me make sure that it knows that it's a vector 3. Point dot, there's angle 2, right? So is there distance 2? There's direction 2, which is something. And there's distance 2. So if I do self.position dot distance 2 point, right? And have in here I should have var grapple dir equals vector 3.0. It should be angle 2, I think. What's direction 2? What's the difference between direction 2 and angle 2? Okay, this is what I want. So grapple dir equals self.position.direction 2. So that'll be the direction that I'm going in. And then an angle is a direction. Yeah, but in here, because there's direction 2 as a function. There is. So direction is saying the direction that you would need to do to point from one vector to the other. The angle is the minimum, the angle is the minimum distance between the two. So they work the same in 2 dimensions, but in 3D, because, if something's just up and to the left, the shortest angle to that is not the angle to the left and then the angle to the up. It is the angle between the current one and the desired one. So direction 2 is saying, okay, it's to the left and up, but angle 2 is saying it's this many degrees away from where you're looking and not giving you the direction. I've had some problems with that in the past. So then I could just have impulse equal grapple dir. I'll have it plus equals grapple dir, right? And I'll just have right click be like dismount if input dot is action just pressed rick impulse equals 0. I should probably have something else in here for like variable for grappling and have that equal to false. So that in here I can have grappling. Grappling has the same name as a previously declared variable? Does it? Where? Where did I write grappling? Oh, it's a function. grapple hooking, I'll call that, because it's epic. And then if grappling, then velocity will plus equals impulse. And now in the camera, I need to make it also make the player grapple. Grappling equals true. And in here, I'll also do grapple, not drapple, grapple hooking as the function. Have the point be grapple point. I think that should be good. I feel like I did something wrong, but oh, that's fast. Oh, that's so fast. Holy cow. I think I know what I did wrong. I made it too fast. I forgot to include a delta. So let's add delta float. And then times delta. And then just have this pass the delta. There we go. That should fix it. Now it's slow, but gets fast. Something's happened. Why is it swinging me so far away? Oh. I'm going to add in a crosshair so that I can see what I'm frickin'... So I can see where I'm aiming. Let's see, I'll just do a texture rectangle. Have this, just give it a... Or wait, no, I can just do a color rectangle. And that I don't even need to choose a texture for, I can just have it be a color. Put it in the middle. Make it a bit smaller, maybe. See how that is? Yeah, there we go. So it seems like it's only making me go that one direction. Okay, something's happening. I'm like able to do stuff kinda. Ooh, can I land on the platform? I don't think I can. I don't... Wait. Oh, frick. I've been showing frickin' Notepad instead of Godot. I feel so stupid about that. I've been like reacting to nothing. So, okay, that actually is really cool. I'm gonna make another color rectangle. And this one will be, let's say, just like, let's have this be pink, or magenta, even. And in this process here, I'll have it, not input, self dot reverse. There's something where I can do project position. Oh, unproject position is what I think. Yeah, there it is. Unproject position, dot grapple point. So this is finding out where the grapple point is. Show feet instead. I think it would be funny to pull up like a Google image search of feet, but I actually really don't want to do that. That would be a bit sussy, I feel. Dot color rect 2 dot position equals that. So now wiki feet does exist. So now it should be making a, like, a cool little green thing where I'm touching, but... If I quickly turn off the whole impulse velocity thing... Okay, so, yeah, it's showing up. Oh, is it always... Ah, that's... Okay, I'm strictly projecting the position. I'm not drawing a raycast, and I should be doing raycast. That explains something. Because, like, here, if I, you know, say, oh, I'm going to touch that wall, it looks like it's doing it, but it's actually on the other side, over here. Man, on-project position is such a freaking cool function, I want to say, because, like... Okay, well now it's not working, but it was. Here, let's try again. Is it gonna... There it is. Like, just having that type of thing just appear in the environment. They sponsor lots of videos. Wikifeed does. Raycast earbuds. Yeah, they do sponsor a lot of videos, and I mean, they have to be good if they're spending so much money on advertising. Let's raycast. So, instead of doing unproject position, I can do project ray normal. And that's what I'll do. Project ray normal. And I don't need the distance for that. I just need the position from the screen. So now, it should... What's it doing over there? What's it doing over there? Hold on a second. Oh, it's colliding with the, it's colliding with the, like, player's collision. Can I make it not do that? Resultant inverse camera projection. I could just do a physical raycast, which might be just what I do. Okay, so I'll add a raycast child. And just call it ray, just for small memory, small typing. As you can see, it is pointed downwards, and I do not want that. I want it to be pointed forwards. So, like, not that. Minus 50. Just make it very long. That should be long enough. So now, I can get the, ray dot collision point. I think I can do collision point. Yeah, get collision point. There we go. So now, instead of having it do self.project ray normal, I can just ask the raycast what its collision point is, and that should work. There we go. And that seems to be in the actual, like, world space, where it's not, like, I can say that point of the wall, and it's not the other side of the wall, and, like, over there. Oops. Okay. So I'm going to turn back on the velocity for the grapple. And... I am going to make this exclude parent. Oh, it is already. Why would... Okay, it's pulling me up. Pull me! Yeah! Uh-oh. Am I falling? It's hard to tell. I have a big pink circle in the middle of the screen. Oh, yep, I'm falling. Oh, I was able to freaking grab a thing on my way down. Now am I able to, like, reverse my speed? Just this nightmarish, freaking a big movement. I'm gonna have... if impulse dot length is less than or equal to, let's say 100. So that it should only, you know, really go up to like 100. Because going above 100 speed is a lot. Maybe it's... I am certainly moving. I feel like I almost need a bigger area, but I think I'm just going too dang fast. Why am I going up? Why am I going up? I did not... Uh-oh. Self-dot position, direction to point. That shouldn't be a problem. I think that was... Oh, I know what it is. It's because I'm not, like, reverse... It's because I'm not turning off the impulse. Like, strength, I think. So I should set the player dot impulse to equal vector 3.0. So now... Oh, I'm going up. I feel like it's not accelerating enough at the start. Or what's happening is I feel like I get too far away from it. So maybe I just make the acceleration faster, right? Like... Okay, this might be a little fast. Like, let's do 10. Ideally, I'd be, like, swinging around like Spider-Man style, you know? But... I'm trying to think of a way that I could, like, keep the, maximum distance between 2 points from changing. There's some joints. There's also like spring arm, which might... I feel like the spring arm's probably not what I want, because the spring arm is like a, it makes you go as far away from the center of the spring as you can go without colliding through stuff, right? And I feel like that's not exactly what I am trying to do here. So... There's a slider joint, which I've never used this thing before. So it has node A, node B. And I assume it lets you slide between objects, but does it let you slide between points? Because I don't think this is what I want. Because it doesn't seem to, like, cap out, or I'm sure it can, like, cap out the distance, but, Maybe if I make this max out a lot lower, like 10, then I think I see what the problem is here. Okay. So... velocity is plus equaling the impulse. But I'm never... so it's just continually adding upon itself to oblivion. So here I should say, I should just say velocity minus equals impulse. Maybe. Well, I'm certainly moving slower. It's not like pulling me as much as I want it to, so let's just turn this up to 500, just like massive pull amount. Let's make it move faster, like to 100. Okay, it's really pulling me now. Oh! Where'd I go? Why is it? Oh, I should make this, when you do that, impulse equals vector 3.0. Does that solve the problem? Yeah. Okay. So now... Alright, so I think that's what the problem was I was just keep adding, but I was never subtracting. This doesn't feel as great as I think it could, but it's not bad. I might need to look into this a bit more, like off camera, but for what it is now, this is pretty solid. Yeah. Now I'm just stuck. I feel like I need to do something. I like just couldn't get up there, and I feel like I should have been able to, but apparently not. In here, if I put if grappling, so that it's only subtracting that while I'm grappling, then I should get a fair bit more like airspeed. Airspeed? I feel like I should be able to slingshot myself more. This isn't the greatest of like areas to kind of play around with this in, because I'm like going way too fast. I can like go from one side to the other just in a split second. You know? I was honestly just getting a little, like, distracted because I was just having fun with the funny grappling hook. I forgot to say words. So let's just make this platform big. First I gotta make the mesh pretty big, just so that it looks right. 100 by 100 meters. And gotta make the collision big, too. Okay. And now move this up a little. Make this like further back so that it's less constrictive. More of like a wall, I'm thinking. So now, why are my rays so weird? Like what? Why? I was not aiming for that. Why is it? What? Something weird's happening. Is it because this is like scaled weirdly? Because that does cause some problems if you have like a static body that has like a predefined collision shape like this, and then you try to scale it up or down. Like it says, oh, I'm 100 meters. I'm 100 meters wide collision shape. but then you scale it so that it's larger or smaller, and then all of a sudden it gets a little confused because it's no longer. What the heck is going on there? Why is it doing that? Okay, so here. Okay. That is not where I clicked. That's also not where I clicked. What's happening? Did I, like, accidentally rotate it? No, because that one was, like, perfect on point. And that one, too. And that one was decent. That one's good. That one's not. What's happening here? Like, these are good, but not that? Okay. I was like, what's happening here? Why is it, like, not doing the proper ray? Also, what frickin' song is this? This kind of slaps. This is the Grim Troop, Nightmare King. That makes sense. That boss fight slaps. Is it the rotation that's causing problems, maybe? If I have them all be, like, very normal rotation values? Because I could see that causing a problem. Oh, is it... it might be that the raycast is not far enough, right? So, what it's doing is it's taking, it's only 50 meters long here, but let's make it, like, minus, let's say 300, just very, very long. And collide with bodies in area, yep, that's good. And I'm also going to add into the code, have this make the color rectangle visible true, and then in the player when I disconnect the grappling hook. Actually, I could just do this. Yeah, I'm just going to do it in here. Make the color rectangle invisible, just to make it so that it only appears when I'm actively grappling. There we go. I think that it being too short might have been the problem that I was having there. But it's not the worst grappling hook, right? It's not the greatest, but it's not the worst. And I think that's not all that matters, but I feel like I need to turn up the air strafe speed or something to be able to make active use of this. Or like a dash or something, maybe? I don't know. But it is actually working, like, decently well at the moment. I'll need to... I do think I will probably need to look into this a bit more off camera, just so that I can figure it out and not, like, be stupid on stream for 20 minutes. Not 20 minutes, that would be like an hour. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, I think I'm going to try getting a very basic Deathman in here. Right. I think I'm going to try just having very basic death, like, movement man. He's not going to do anything if he gets close, but he will just be intimidating. It's scary. So he's going to have a mesh. And this will be his model. And then he's going to have a collision shape for bouncing off of walls and stuff. Collision shape. And let's make him be a ball, collisionally, so that he just doesn't have, like, weird angle. Well, he will have weird angles, but that's the fun of it. And then his mesh will be a capsule, just it's the best for, like, a capsule is the best for, what's the word that I'm thinking of? Like, approximating a human. And then I'm also going to add another mesh and have this one be his orb. And he's going to ponder this orb so hard. It's going to be a sphere, this one, but it's going to have a big radius, right? Like I'm talking 20 meters by, or yeah, 20 meters tall and 20 meters wide. And this, I'm going to make a shader for it and call it Death Balls Shader. Open that up. Down here, this is the shader editor, and it actually kept the same size as like the actual code editor, which is cool. Render mode, unshaded. So now it's not going to be affected by lighting at all. I also want a uniform sampler 2D noise. Let me just make that noise be populated with an actual noise texture, like that. And so I want its transparency, which I believe is alpha here. Alpha equals 0.5, let's just say for now. That does make it, okay, that is what I want. So now I'm going to do vec4 color equals texture noise over the UV, and then I can have this be color.alpha for that. Oh wait, since it's no, let's try color.r for the alpha. There we go. Now it's like kind of foggy looking. And in the UV, I'm gonna add a variable of 10 times time. So that's going to make it scroll with time. And that's actually kind of fast, but that's kind of cool looking. I actually kind of vibe with that. Let's change how the noise looks a little. And let's also add a color ramp. Or no, I don't have anything affecting the color right now. So I'll just do albedo equals color.rgb. So now the parts that are dark are like black. And I'll actually do 1.0 minus color.r, so the parts that are black are the parts that are visible, and the lighter it gets, the less, the more, like, white it is. Or the more white it is, the more transparent it is. I'm gonna use a gradient color ramp, and give it something like that, and have it be constant, so it's either one or the other. That actually looks kind of cool, just on its own, so far. I was thinking of adding another color, like, in here, and just having this be, like, a gray, but that kind of looks... That actually looks awful a little bit. I like it more with just the two colors. And this is gonna bother me if it's not at exactly 0.5, so let's just do that. Now, I want this to be, like, kind of wind-like. So if I do some cellular noise... Oh, that's actually an important thing. I should have it seamless. And this should repeat enable, just to make it, like, loop perfectly. It's probably going to move too fast to, like, notice that, but it's better to have it than not, in my opinion. And I'll also make it be higher res, just because I can invert it, but I think it's better like that so far. The simplex smooth looks cool. What happens if I change it to like a ridged fractal? Or a ping pong? I think FBM is the best for now. I can create another noise. And... Or actually, here's an idea. So I'm going to multiply the UV map by a vector 2 and have this be 2.0, 0.0. And I actually should have this be... Alright, this should be times 1.0. So this should make it wider, theoretically. This is making it taller. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, actually. So if I make it wider, then it becomes more like a sphere. It's been a sphere, but it makes it more of like a wind twister type deal. I don't know. That actually just kind of... Where'd it go? There it is. I was inside of it. I like that look for like a ball of death around him. I think it would also be cool if inside of it... So, void light, I believe, is what I want. Diffuse light. Is that what I want? Equals 0. Okay, I want it to be a vec3. Vec3 0 0 0 0 0 0. I want it to like turn off the lights inside of that. Can I just do light equals 0? No. Light color maybe? That's probably a constant. Actually, I'm pretty sure it is a constant. So I have specular light, diffuse light, and that seems to be it. Is it... I wonder if it's just not affected by the light because it's unshaded. Ooh, I kind of like how it looks when it is technically shaded more. That looks like a ball of death. Kinda. I don't know, I'll need to mess with that diffuse light more, but as it currently is, I do think it looks pretty solid. And I think I should be able to grapple onto death. Can I slingshot up this way? Nope. What about this way? No? Come on. I'm trying so hard to slingshot myself back up there, but it's just not happening. Oh, come on. I think what I need to do is I need to like get up there. There we go. Okay. Now I'm up. I should be able to grapple onto death. Yeah, there we go. That's on him. I'm orbiting. But now I want him to move, right? So I'll make this smaller, just because I don't need it to be big. And let's see. He's gonna have an onReady variable of player, which will just equal the player. Then I should probably give him a top speed of sorts. I think that would probably be ideal. So let's do that. Top speed will be... I'll have it be max speed even. And for him, I want it to be like significantly larger than the player. So the player should be around 500 maybe? Or I think for his, it should be 500. And also const excel will equal, I don't know, 10. That would mean that it would take 50 seconds for him to fully speed up, and I feel like that's actually a bit much, so maybe 50, and then it should take 10 seconds for him to fully speed up. Func process. Let's do physics process. Velocity plus equals self dot position dot direction to player dot position times excel times delta. And then he's gonna move and slide. And then he's also going to, if velocity.length is greater than or equal to max speed. Can I just set velocity length to equal max speed? I feel like that's going to be an error. Oh, I forgot the colon. Yeah, that's an identifier. So what I could do is I could do velocity equals velocity dot normalized times max speed. So now let's see how... Oh, he's very close. Stay back. He's orbiting me. Stay back. I mean, he is doing it. I might need to make, like, his death orb bigger. Oh, he's over there. Is he gonna find out how to get to me? Oh, he did. Aha, but he's over there now. Oh, that was actually a little scary. Yeah, I really do need to, like, adjust this grappling hook thing a little. Because I feel like slingshotting yourself is kind of the main appeal with grappling hooks and stuff like this. And if you just can't do it, it's kind of like, what's the point of grappling hook if you can't grappling hook the thing that grappling hooks do? Why is he up there? Okay, he's down there now. I feel like I should give him more acceleration, because if he has more acceleration, he'll be able to, like, lock onto me faster, right? So if I give him 200 excel, he's very close at first because I haven't moved yet. But if I, like, start doing this, he starts to kind of lose himself a little. Okay, so I've gotten him. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Is he just slingshotting around this area? What's he... Death, hello? There he is. There he is. He's doing a bad job of this. What if I have it be 500 excel? He's very going towards me. But let's see if I can, like, move fast enough to escape him and his wrath. I'm colliding with him, and it's causing me to lose all momentum. Not all, but a lot. 500 might be a bit much. Yeah, this seems a bit much. Why? Okay. So that's an interesting thing. I'm like... that... I was going up, and then I just all of a sudden started going down. I don't know if that was because Mr. Death was, like, right up on me. Right up in my grill. But that was weird. And now the funny magenta dots just not appearing in this type of whatever. But, oh, bye. Let's turn the acceleration down to 250, because 200... I feel like I might need to integrate something. If I just... Okay. Actually, love to grill. I also love to grill. So, what I'm thinking of right now is if I make good grappling hook movement for the player, I could just basically have Death do the exact same thing, right? Because they ideally function like the same. His movement and the grappling hook. So yeah, I'll certainly need to adjust this grappling hook, but for now, I think it might be time for bedtime. This is just the first day of the jam, so, and since it starts at like 11 p.m. my time, it's kind of a little late to like do a full day of work. But tomorrow, I think I will be streaming probably starting around like 4 p.m. my time, CST. I don't know though. It's up in the air when I'll start, but good night, Ted. I hope you all enjoyed the stream, and I will see you all on the flip side.